What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Meathead Gaming. My name is Roland. This is the best channel that nobody watches except a few special people like yourselves, and today we are going to do something different. Let me just adjust the volume here because I have a suspicion it might be a little bit too hard. There you go. So I'm gonna play the Great War Western Front. It's a strategy game that came out less than a week ago. It's about the First World War, and I thought I'd give it a try because it looked decent. It looked attractive to me. It's like 34 euros, I think, on Steam, and I decided to give it a shot. If I'm gonna like it, I'm gonna continue posting it on the channel. If not, I'm gonna refund it. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the campaign. This is the first time I powered up the game. I didn't play it yet. Okay, so you can play as both sides. That makes sense. Let's play the tutorial, see what's up. Campaign start May. Okay. Intro movie strategy pack. Alright, let's see. Chapter 1, the Americans arrive. The Americans. What do they know?
I lied about my age and joined up when I was 17. Looking back,
Oh man, so many dead people.
looking for glory on the battlefield. The enemy had sunk our ships and tried to turn Mexico against us, and they had to pay. My platoon arrived in France in April of 1918. General Pershing organized our troops. My unit was assigned to a French contingent for training. None of us had any experience with the new way of fighting, and the trench lines were a bit of a shock.
Bonjour, I'm Lieutenant Colonel André Laurent. Welcome to France. Oh, fuck that. I understand you are eager to fight, but this is the Western Front. The trenches are no place for inexperience. Okay, so should I close the game or what? Oh, I don't want to read all that shit. Just show me the way, man. I didn't know it would add at the time, but Laurent had been in the Battle of Somme. Somme. I don't know how to read it properly. You could see a kind of distance in his eyes, though he didn't let it show in his voice. Advisor, reviewing the past. You can click the left and right arrows to review any previous dialog boxes. Be advised, the tutorial will sometimes lock the camera. When it does, you will see a camera symbol in the lower corner of the screen. Okay. Okay, fair enough. So, can I move the camera? No. No. This is the theater map which depicts the Western Front. Is that it? Is this it? Luxembourg? Okay. Including regions in France. I don't know why I wanted to say France. France, Belgium, Luxembourg, and Germany. Each region shows the current controlling faction. Okay. I will be on the Russians treaty. The Russian treaty with Germany has freed up nearly 50 divisions of German infantry to be transferred to the Western Front. Your men are needed to shore up the line and push back against this new threat. Theater map. I still have to watch that movie on Netflix, All Quiet on the Western Front. The front line is where combat happens. Regions can only initiate attacks and adjacent hexes. What? Adjacent? I don't know what that means. On adjacent hexes. Okay. As you capture or lose regions, the front line will adjust position. Yeah, makes sense. Our civilians see this German spring offensive as something to worry about. A worrying civilian is one who does not support the war and begins doubting that we can win, even talking about surrender. Victory. Nation will. Nation will represents the feeling of the home nation or nations towards the war, how likely they are to enlist, buy war bonds, or support the war effort in general. Okay. War bonds. Was that a thing? Like, how does that work? National will is one way to win, or maybe it's just in the game. National will is one way to win the game. The first faction to push the enemy to zero national will wins. I guess this is the national will. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Well, this army can't worry about the feelings of civilians. The threat of new German manpower is not something to dismiss. If we are not vigilant, Germany could reach Paris. The second way to win the game is to capture the region containing the faction's command HQ. Okay, the second way to win the game is to capture the region containing the faction's command HQ, which is, I guess, this one. And Paris in case of the Allied forces. For the Allies, the command HQ is Paris. For the Central Powers, the command HQ is Kreuznach. I don't know, not a big German speaker. But Paris is still a long way from the front lines, and we will never let Germany get close. Well, not in this World War, at least. I'm gonna be honest, my knowledge of the First World War, in the details of how the battles went and how the fronts changed, so on and so forth, is a bit limited. I always, like when I would see documentaries, I would always prefer to watch the Second World War. I'm a little bit behind on this one. Okay, theater navigation. You can move the camera using... Yes, finally. Oh, this feels low frames. This feels... It has input lag. I don't like it. But it's just the map, so it doesn't really matter. This feels like a table game. It feels like a table game. You can move the camera using... Yes, can be remapped. Okay, the arrow keys are holding the middle mouse button. Okay, the arrows also where you can zoom in. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay, what now? Okay, so I am... Okay, what should I do now? Should I just end the turn or what? What's going on? Ah, here we go. Germany can try to reach... Okay, we already talked about that one. Paris is also our central hub for new recruits and the manufacturing of munitions, including tank and aircraft. Okay, aircraft support will be important, I guess. Regions, bonuses. Some regions have inherent bonuses or features. Paris, for example, has both the Command HQ bonus, which designates it as a win condition, and the deployment bonus, which means all new French troops begin in this region. You can see any bonuses in the region selection panel. You can see any bonuses in the region connection. Okay. Oh, it's this one. French Tank Battalion. Yeah, and where are my resources? Oh, here it is. 6,000 gold. And global supply. Gold reserves. Okay. Supply pipeline. Regional supply. Regional morale. Okay. The supply line pipeline is the amount of supply that the region can draw from the global supply bank each battle. I guess this is the income for every turn, right? The region must have a supply depot to pull from the global bank, and the amount is limited by the size of the depot. Okay. Our forces begin in Paris to be deployed to the front line. Once we get you organized, your men will be deployed in the same fashion. Yeah, okay. Military units can be moved on the map. Units can have different names but act the same way. For example, an infantry corps and the tank battalion are both units. Each unit contains a selection of smaller groups called a company. The type of companies found in a unit are not always the same. For example, an infantry corps can contain multiple infantry types and artillery. Fair enough. It seems that this will be a trial of fire by fire. Yeah. Finally. I had hoped to have more time for drills, but orders are orders. Prepare yourself. Objective events are optional requests. Objective events are optional requests that grant a reward if completed within the time limit in turns. Yeah, okay. Objective events are just one type of event that can occur during a campaign. Okay. You've seen the orders with the la. There is no penalty for failing to complete an objective event other than not receiving the reward. In general, the rewards will be worth the effort, but it's ultimately up to you. Right, information bulletin. Reinforced Chateau Thierry. Intel is expecting a German assault. French command requests that the newly arrived Americans be moved up to reinforce the French forces located at blah blah blah. Objectives: move 3 American infantry corps to blah blah. Move 2 French tank battalions to blah blah. Result: we're gonna get this nationwide oil, that many gold, 1 turn. Okay, so this is, yeah, so I have to move like 3 American. Our forces have been fighting bravely, but they have had little rest. You must achieve a victory of great victory level in combat to remove a star from a region. When a region is lost, any defenders will retreat to the nearest friendly region. Some units, such as siege artillery, cannot be moved in a retreat and are lost. We have designated the lateral region as a staging ground for the American forces. Any new American forces will... Okay. Deployments. And remember that each nation has its own deployment region for bringing... I mean, guys, I'm sorry if this is a little bit boring for you, but... Yeah. In new troops and supplies, as shown in the bonuses section of the region. Calais for Britain. Okay. And Le Muron for America. So where is Calais? I think it's up. It's up, right? Yeah, here it is. For the Brits. Okay. So how do I do this? Do I just drag and drop, or? How do I move the units, man? Come on. Ah, okay. So we need to put 3 American Corps Infantry, 3, okay. And then we had to move to put 2 Frenchies, right? What's going on? Despite the language barrier, our soldiers seem to get along. Your soldiers will be tired from the transfer, so they will be on defensive duty only for now. Okay, so they're tired because they moved, so they'll be on the defense. Okay, fair enough. Attack or move. Units can either move or attack once per turn. Your units can defend whether they move. Your units can defend whether they moved or attacked. Fair enough. But if you initiate an attack, only those units that haven't moved can participate. Ah, okay. You cannot attack from a single region more than once per turn. Mixing units from different nationalities in the same region can reduce morale. There are 3 groups: Britain, Canada, Australia, and India from Group 1. France is Group 2, and America is Group 3. If units from more than one group are in the same region, all units suffer a minor morale penalty. Belgium can stack Groups 1 and 2. The Central Powers do not suffer from this unity of command. Okay. Yes, move 2 French tank battalions to Well, let's see where our tanks are. I see some here. I cannot click it. Okay.
On attend de nouveaux ordres.
Okay, fair enough. Let's prepare for battle. Command has granted us gold reserves for completing your orders. This is a vital resource used by officers to requisition all manners of necessary items needed for the global theater. Okay, it allows you to purchase, okay, blah blah blah. One of the most important uses is to purchase supply for battles. You are granted additional gold reserves at the start of each turn. One of the most important uses is to purchase supply. Okay. French command believes a victory at will pull German forces to that location and relieve some of the pressure on Chateau 3. A good outcome here could also give the people back home positive news. Let's get into the freaking action already. Espionage abilities. Here you go. Espionage missions allow you to send spies to connect enemy regions or protect your own directly. Regional intel reveals enemy economic and structure information. Army intel, blah blah blah. Both missions are initiated from your own regions and affect all adjacent enemy regions. Okay, so how do I initiate this? Mission report success. Your first espionage mission used each turn will always succeed, but each subsequent one has an increasing risk factor, a chance to fail. If you get a mission failure, your gold is still spent. You get no additional information and your ability to perform espionage is locked for the remainder of the turn. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. So basically all that I have to do is to just press this button. You spend 360. Now we know that they have a German tank battalion, German infantry corps. So 6 German infantry corps, German conscript infantry corps. So that's a heavy defensive. Active army intel will allow you to see the exact units. Economy, okay. The numbers below the icons show how many turns the ability remains active for that region. 3 turns, okay. Okay. Yes. Some abilities like theft and sabotage are activated directly on the enemy region and only apply to that region. Okay. Okay. Can we start battling or what? Okay. Okay, so we have to send. So, oh, this is so annoying, man. It's a bit counterintuitive. Okay, so how do I move this shit? Unit movement. Remember that animals can only attack. Okay, yeah, I know. Yeah, okay, I got it. Can you hear those clicks? So how do I move the... Why is it not drag and drop? Okay, that's it. How do I move them? Oh my god, man. This is so stupid. Units moved to this box will be moved to a new region when it is right-clicked. Well, it doesn't work now, does it? For fuck's sake. Oh, you just want to move them there. Okay. I guess it's because the tutorial wants you to do certain things. You cannot do things independently. We will need every advantage on the battlefield to push Germany back. Command has granted us gold reserves to requisition new tanks. Unit purchase. You can't purchase more infantry corps. They are granted via campaign progression or events. However, you can use gold reserve to purchase tanks, aircrafts, and siege altered. Okay. From the purchase menu. Click the purchase menu. Okay. Those machines were amazing. Our boys were already coming up with the new ways to use them. I think they also wanted to take them apart and see what... Okay, whatever. Yeah, this animation is kind of rudimentary. Aircrafts are gained from the purchase menu like tanks. Air wings contain fighter and bomber aircraft that can perform missions on the battlefield. Okay. So, should I also send the... Select the aircraft stack in Paris. Okay. Now we have to move it to Monterey. Fair enough. Supply and structures. Okay, so basically that's how you reinforce regions, so on and so forth. Fair enough. This is like oh, we're done. Oh man, I've been to Verdun, to the museum. It's something to be seen for sure. I believe we have sufficiently equipped our front line trenches. Now we turn to outlying support for Montmirail. Select aircrafts. Okay, I don't have any. So what, do I buy some? Select Mont, okay. Siege artillery are unique units in that they do not appear on the battlefield. Instead, they allow you to use siege bombardment in battles. They do not affect disunity of command. Any siege artillery still in a region when it is captured will be lost. Siege artillery are unique units in that they do not appear on the battlefield. Okay, so you just find them on the map and they're there when you... But does that mean that when you attack, they can be there without you seeing them if you spy the region? I guess. Counterintelligence is an espionage ability you can apply to your own regions. It lasts for 5 turns and prevents all enemy espionage in the region. Each time it prevents an attack, its duration is reduced. Okay. Unlike other espionage missions, counterintelligence does not suffer from risks. It always works, but loses duration when it succeeds. Fair enough. Supply. Supply is the currency used during battles. Supply is used to build trenches and other defenses, to call in reinforcements, and to activate abilities such as artillery fire and air missions. Okay, so supplies are pretty important. Regional supplies. Each unit on the strategic map, with the exception of siege artillery, grants a set amount of supply to the region. This is refreshed for each battle. Okay, so if I... Oh, it's so annoying that I can't click on other regions. Now I have to be here. Fair enough. Supply depots. Supply depots allow you to pull from the global supply bank to supply the supplement the supply from your units. As one of the most important structures you can build, they are essential if you want to bring the full might of your army to bear against the enemy. The supply pipeline is the amount of supply that the region can draw from the global supply bank. Okay, so it's basically like you build houses for population. The more houses you have, the more population, aka army, you can have in one region, right? It's so annoying that I can't see the supply lines on the other ones. Fair enough. Okay, increase supply cap for the region to 600 and it costs 900 gold. Okay. There are 6 different structures available in the campaign, each with its own bonuses. All of them have multiple levels that increase in power as you upgrade. Okay, what do we got here? I don't know, because I cannot see it. Nice. But one more time, so supply pipeline. The supply pipeline is the amount of supply that the region can draw from the global supply bank each battle. The region must have a supply depot to pull from the regional global bank, and the amount is limited by the size of the depot. Okay, and okay, fair enough. Okay, let's end the turn. The enemy AI has the same availability actions as you. It will move troops, blah 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 blah. Your ability to see what the AI player is doing will depend on how you have used espionage missions. For the most part, you will be able to see that the AI is doing something, but not what. Okay, we did some counterintelligence. Similar to the player, the AI will use espionage abilities on their turn, so remember to use counter-intel on your staging round and important targets to deprive the AI of the extra knowledge. Just like a human player, the AI will probe with espionage to see where you are weak. You can use this as an indication of where attacks will happen. Oh, there you go, finally. We are under attack. Okay, so battlefield deployment. Corp supply, max supply draw 600, total availability, total available supply. So, what are we facing here? We got 8 tanks. How many do they have? 3. What about artillery? What's this? Oh, airplanes, okay. They outmatch us on the airplane side of things. We do have more tanks. So, you can auto-resolve. Okay, army breakdown. Battlefield deployment, supply and modifiers. The deployment panel, I guess, will show you a great deal of information about the upcoming battle, including the region, who is the attacker, and special modifiers. One of the most important things is the available supply, which is broken down into corps supply and your supply draw. Remember that without a supply depot in the region, your supply draw will be 0. If you find battles to be too difficult, try adding or upgrading the region's supply depot. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Battlefield deployment, likely outcome. Yeah, this is like in Total War games. Looks like the tips, the balance is tipped a little bit towards me. Boom. That's our first battle. Seems to be interesting. I don't know how long the campaign is. Who knows, maybe if the game succeeds, maybe in the future they will add DLCs with the different regions also of the Great War. That would be awesome. Regional total corps, 9, okay, yeah. Oof, pre-battle, okay, welcome to the front line. I am adjutant chef Garnier. Lieutenant Colonel Laurent has spoken highly of you Americans and your abilities to get things done. Pre-battle. All battles begin in the Garnier. All battles begin in the pre-battle phase, which allows you to set up your trench lines and initial troop placement before starting the actual battle. The map is divided into 3 sections. Each faction has their home territory where they can build and deploy. Okay, so I can deploy while I build and deploy. Each faction has their home territory. Okay, between them is no man's land where nothing can be built. Okay, navigation minimap. Yeah, I got it. So this is no man's land. No, this is no man's land. Fair enough. Yeah, okay. Trenches. On the first time fighting in a specific location, the battle will begin with a few pre-placed trenches. You are free to use them or replace them as you see fit. Any trenches you build will remain in place in all future battles in that location unless they are destroyed or you lose control of the region. Okay. Support. Objectives. Objects such as weapon emplacements, artillery batteries, and observation balloons do not persist between battles and will need to be rebuilt each time. We have automatically added a few for this battle to save some time. Okay. Just like the player, the enemy trenches also persist between battles and can be upgraded during the pre-battle phase. This means that you acknowledge that your knowledge of the enemy lines from the battle to battle can become outdated. Okay. Using scouts or observation balloons to view the enemy lines can reduce casualties. Okay, so where are the trenches? How can I have used those information balloons? I guess I should ask the Chinese, right? Control points. Control points are primary focus on the battle, with the goal being to secure as many as possible. Okay, so you have this guy, control point A. Control points have a capture radius you can view by hovering your mouse. Yeah, only infantry can capture a control point, but the infantry can be in or out of a trench when doing so. Yeah, of course. Command HQ. Command trenches are special control points that can only be captured by entering the trench itself. Okay, so you gotta enter here in order to capture it, and the other ones you can capture while you are in the radius. Fair enough. Command trenches are special control points that can be only captured by entering the trenches itself. Just being near, it will have no effect. Infantry assigned to the command trench are completely immune to damage from the outside. Infantry assigned. What? In addition, the command trench. Infantry assigned to the command trench, so I think here, are completely immune to damage from the outside. That doesn't sound good. In addition, the command trench is immune to siege What? However, infantry stationed inside cannot fire at targets outside the trench. Why? So, how do you take it if there's units in? You just put your units in and they fight in the trenches? I guess we'll see. Building and developing troops requires supply. The total supply you have in battle is determined by the number of units and the supply depot level in the region on the world map. 25% of your total available supply is reserved for when the battle starts, so you always have some supply for artillery, fire, and reinforcements. Yes. Trench tab. In general, trenches protect your infantry from harm and allow them to move around on the battlefield in relative security. There are multiple levels of types of trenches you can build. Firing trenches. Firing trenches have three type. Oh my god, I've read too much for the time being. For one day, this is way too much. Firing trenches have three types: basic, improved, and advanced. All of them provide immunity to rifle fire and limited protection from artillery shells. The better the trench, the more protection it offers. Fair enough. Improved. So a basic, improved, advanced blockhouse trench. Okay. So looks like I need to select this. Placement. Okay, so I can place them. By clicking on the trench button, you enter placement mode. You can place the trench in any valid location. The trench image will turn red for invalid locations. You can use the mouse to rotate the trench. What? Oh, okay. Looks like I can only put it here. It doesn't allow me to put it someplace else. I can't move on the minimap, so I guess they really want me to put it here. Multi-place. While in trench mode, in placement mode, you can place as many of the same object as you want. When you are done, right-click the exit placement mode or choose another object to place. Yeah, okay. So how do I... Okay. What? What do you want me to do? Build another improved trench. And where should I put it? Because I cannot move the map. Oh, I can put it anywhere. Okay, okay, so it doesn't have to be the predetermined location here. Fair enough. Upgrading. You can upgrade previously placed trenches by placing a higher level version on top of the existing one. Upgrading costs less supply than building the higher trench level from scratch. Okay, this is an important thing to remember. You cannot downgrade the trench, but you can remove it by clicking the X button over the trench. Comm trenches. Communication trenches are used to connect lines of firing trenches, providing a way to quickly transition between them. Oh, this is nice, so you can move the units. Infantry in comm trenches gain a speed boost, allowing them to get where they are needed quickly. Infantry cannot stop in a comm trench, and they offer much less protection than the firing trenches. Fair enough. Place a comm trench and is connected to nothing. It likely won't be of... yeah, fair enough. So I can add... okay. Wait, I wanna build more, like I wanna connect it to that one. Oh, whatever. Support structures. While trenches persist and form the backbone of a good layout, support structures need to be placed every battle. While more expensive, they are vital for a good offensive or defensive. Support structures. Okay, nice. So this is where the artillery is, I guess, and you can place them. Oh, this is gonna be awesome, man. MG nest. Okay, I can play an MG place, not play. Weapon placements must be attached to the trench lines. Okay. They cannot be placed on open ground. In addition, machine gun nests have an arc of fire which is visible when you place them. They cannot shoot anything outside the arc. If you make a mistake, click X button to remove it. Okay, fair enough. So I should be able to place it here, right? That's a decent place to put it. So now what? Place 3 additional. Okay. How about I put one here? I don't want to put all of them there. Okay. Spurs. Both machine guns and mortars have two versions, standard and reinforced. Reinforced versions have a much higher health pool and are more resistant to artillery and grenade fire. This comes at a higher supply cost, so weigh the likelihood of attack versus cost when making the choice. Oh, I still can't. Barbed wire, yes. Barbed wire slows enemy infantry that pass through it to a crawl, allowing you more time to fire at them. As enemies pass through, they damage the wire until eventually it will snap and be destroyed. Wire can also be destroyed by artillery fire, bombs, and crushed by tanks. Your infantry are immune to all the effects of your own barbed wire, but your tanks will crush it if they pass through. Okay. So there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do here with these. Razor wire. What? Razor wire is the most deadly cousin to barbed wire. Okay. Razor wire acts exactly the same as barbed wire, but additionally damages enemies that pass through. Ah, here you go, the balloons. 120. Observation balloons are special objects that can be raised to reveal a large area in the fog of war, allowing you to track enemy movements. Raised balloons are vulnerable to aircraft, while lowered balloons and their support truck can be attacked from the ground. Why doesn't it oh, this is what I'm gonna get by default, I think. Okay, fair enough. Balloons can reveal a large portion of the map, but it isn't infinite. While they have low health, placing them at the rear of your line means that you will reveal mostly your own territory, which is not that useful. Choosing a position that can be protected while pushing as far into enemy lines as possible. Yeah. So this is a pretty protected zone, I'd say. But at the same time, oh, here it is. Okay, now I can see. You see the yellow drawings? That's the range. Oh, it's hardly visible, man. If I put it here, it won't serve any purpose. But if I put it here, now we're talking. But it's not gonna be defended. It's tricky because, like, if I put it here, they can just come and fire upon it, and I'm out of range. So Whatever. It's just a tutorial. Command caps. The max amount of companies you can field on the map at one time. The command cap is a limit to how many units you can place onto the battlefield at one time. In the campaign, this number is 30, though it can change in other game modes. Okay. Weapon emplacements, balloons, and aircrafts do not reduce command cap. Infantry, tanks, and artillery do. Okay. If a unit uses command cap, it appears in the unit tray in the bottom center of the screen. Where? Well, I don't see it, but whatever. Maybe I'm blind. Artillery are special units that, while immobile, can use multiple abilities and fire across much of the battlefield. Artillery batteries are visible in the unit tray and take up command cap. They are very powerful and as such are more expensive to field than infantry. Of course they are. There you go. You can see on the minimap where they can fire. Heavy artillery. Heavy artillery has 3 abilities: precision barrage for default damage, poison gas shells for aerial damage, and air burst shells that can damage targets even in trenches. The first ability is available by default, while the latter two must be unlocked via the tech tree. Okay. Artillery placement, like machines gun. When placing them, you can see on the minimap the area is large, so they can usually be placed in the mid to rear of your lines. As with trenches, you can use the mouse. Yeah, okay. Oh, I cannot move. I have to place it here. Okay. Fair enough, I guess. The troop deployment tab allows you to place infantry and tanks onto the battlefield. Infantry forms the backbone of any successful defense, as it is vital to help keep control points secure. Okay, so the game forces me to put certain units in. Let's put some Americans. German soldiers do not have nationality bonuses. Instead, Germany can use conscript infantry and have other variations in their units. Okay, so I can place them now. I guess this is reinforced trench or what?
Reporting for duty.
Cannot see.
We've arrived and await orders. Looks like we're late to the party.
Okay, I have to place all of them or what? Fair enough.
Reinforcements reporting.
Infantry specialists. Specialists have the specialist units have smaller company size, but make it up for it by having more health and morale than normal difficulty. There are two types: raiders or grenadiers for the Germans, and flamethrowers or stormtroopers for the Germans. Both are very good at clearing trenches, though their method varies. Okay. Click the American Raider button. Raiders are one of the few units that can fire on entrenched enemy troops from outside the trench. They are, however, vulnerable to long-ranged weapons, so they need protection or cover to reach the enemy.
Reporting for duty. Reinforcements reporting.
Pre-battle bombardment is available if you have siege artillery in the region. It is useful to clear enemy trenches to support your attacks and can potentially destroy the trenches themselves. Because of the high cost and randomness of fire, it is best used when you are the attacker and are planning a massive assault. Okay. Spend and save. Man, this tutorial is long. How you spend your supply in pre-battle is a key element of the game. Any supply you do not spend in pre-battle will be added to the reserve once the battle starts. You must balance the need to have more defenses built in pre-battle versus the need to the need for reinforcements, artillery, aircraft, and other abilities used in battle. Fair enough. Fair enough. All placed objects are constructed, followed by pre-battle bombardment from each player if they were purchased. So, now what? During the transition to the tactical battlefield phase, all of the objects you placed are built and the troops you deployed will man the trenches. Normally the battle clock will begin counting down, but we have paused it for the tutorial and will automatically do so even when gameplay is resumed to give you time to react. Okay, to read and react. Fair enough. So you cannot pause. The transition phase includes any days of siege bombardment that were purchased in pre-battle for both players. Bombardments have a chance to destroy pre-placed trenches and the men inside them, as well as any nearby placements. Okay, I don't think I bought any of those. Yeah, so this is like the power bar, basically. Victory bar. The top bar is the victories level meter. This represents a range of potential victory levels from great loss to great victory. The pointer will adjust based on scores earned by both sides and their relation to each other. Where the pointer rests is the victory level you would achieve if a ceasefire is agreed upon. Okay. You can click on the icons. Yep. We already know the radius. Okay. Every control point has a meter around the outside that shows the current owner and if it is being contested. As long as each side has infantry present in the capture radius, the meter will not move. This means you must clear all enemy troops to capture a point. Okay, so you have regions. This guy is kind of alone there. Each control point influences an area of the map and the reinforcement locations linked to it. A control point that is lost or contested cannot be reinforced from. You can see the map sections linked to control points using the stroke key. Yeah, well, I have a whatever. Reinforcement points. Reinforcement points. Each region is tied to reinforcement points as shown on the minimap. If you capture an enemy control point that links to the side reinforcement... Oh man, I'm already bored. Can I start this fucking game already? You can then use those to reinforce your own troops. Top and bottom points can never be captured. Reinforcements cannot use a point that is in a captured or contested. Yes, okay. The supply cost of reinforcements is higher than deploying the same unit in pre-battle. Yeah.
Reinforcements ready. We've arrived and await orders.
Commands such as reinforcement, movement, and ability usage can still be given while paused, but nothing will happen until the play is resumed. Well, no shit. You can, yeah, click the play button. Infantry companies default to column formation when called in. This is a fast but vulnerable position. Skirmish formation is defensive but slower to move. You can toggle between them using the formation button.
Ready yourselves.
Okay. Fair enough.
Attention. Spread out. Close ranks.
that offers a great vision. As the balloons rise, they will reveal much more of the map and even allow you to see into enemy trenches if the trenches are filled and in range. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Préparez-vous, soldats. Préparez-vous à recevoir les ordres de tir. Préparez un barrage total. On a nos cibles. Chargez l'artillerie.
Is there like why isn't there like a shortcut that I can use?
Établissez les positions. Rechargez pour un barrage de zone. Pilonnez cette position. Équipe prête. Préparez-vous, soldats. Préparez-vous à recevoir les ordres de tir. Vérifiez les coordonnées pour le barrage. Commencez le barrage. Chargez l'artillerie.
What I find stupid is that, you see,
Fixez les positions.
this doesn't give me the whole range
Équipe prête. Établissez le
of what it can do.
tirez avec toute l'artillerie. Préparez-vous, soldats.
Which is kind of annoying.
Préparez-vous à recevoir les ordres de tir.
Ability activation. The ability will place a brief warning decal on the ground before the shield. Okay, artillery is not exact, so sure. Once the barrage ends, the battery enters cooldown. This cooldown locks out all abilities for the battery until it expires. Okay. Now this is where they are going to fire. Yeah, fair enough.
We need to hold this position.
Wait, what does it say? Incoming alert will always show. Well, can I fucking read what you're saying? Infantry companies have both a health bar and a morale bar. The white health bar display how. Yeah, okay. Select the damage, low infantry morale.
Do you have any orders? We're withdrawing. Stand by for orders.
Okay, so they can withdraw from the region. Withdrawing a company removes the company from play, but it does not count as a loss with respect to score. Withdraw also saves on replenishment costs and frees up command cap for new reinforcements. Withdrawing is not instantaneous, and units withdraw in the middle of a battle can still take damage and break. Yeah. You will only be able to see enemy movement if you have units or balloons. Yeah, fair enough. Hiding trenches. Normally enemy units in trenches can't be seen moving unless you have infantry near. Raised balloons can see into trenches from much further away due to their enemies in bunkers are invisible unless you enter them with your own infantry. Okay, I haven't seen a bunker yet. Trench movement selection. For safety and speed, garrison infantry prefer moving through connected trenches over open ground if possible. Select a raider via clicking on the... Okay.
Ready yourselves. New orders incoming. Stand by for orders. Take the trench.
Rolling barrages fire several times of artillery shells in a set order. These shells not only damage the supplies and suppress everything along the path, but also drop smoke. You can use this to both... Oh, okay. Oh God.
Établissez les positions pour le barrage. Équipe prête. Rechargez pour un barrage de zone. Préparez-vous, soldats. Vérifiez les coordonnées pour le barrage. Préparez-vous à recevoir les ordres de tir avec toute l'artillerie. Gardez l'œil ouvert. Attention! On the line! We have new orders. We have new orders.
Okay, I can move these guys up here.
Chargez l'artillerie. Get ready. Ready the line. Vérifiez vos munitions. Ready yourself.
Oh. Get out of there. The default abilities for both light and heavy machines will disable the ability of all infantry. Okay. Is there like, I would like to have like, are there shortcuts here? Like how do I, like for example the precision? No, don't tell me you cannot. Unit special ability 1. Unit special ability. Like how much is this? Oh, fuck off. This is so stupid. What is this?
Équipe prête. Préparez-vous, soldats. Préparez-vous à recevoir les ordres de tir.
Whatever. Like all units, you can right click or yeah. Light tanks like that will drive over improved or advanced firing trenches, so place them with this in mind. Okay, I will. Okay, so here they are.
Chargez l'artillerie. Préparez-vous pour le barrage. Établissez les positions pour un barrage de zone. Équipe prête. Pilonnez cette position. Préparez-vous, soldats. Vérifiez les coordonnées pour le barrage. Préparez-vous à recevoir les ordres de tir.
What's with this guy? Oh, they cannot. I think it's out of range, yeah. Probably out of range? No. Fair enough. Okay, the enemy has dispatched air units. Fighters and bombers have 2 missions each they can perform. Enemy fighters can threaten your balloons. It is up to you to decide if you want to lower them or not. Remember that balloons are lowered or raised at once. Sometimes it is worth the risk to keep the balloons raised to ensure vision. Yes. Our aircraft are not deployed like other units and never take up command cap. As long as you have an air wing present in the region, you can dispatch aircraft on mission during the battle. Air support. Available air support shows how many aircraft are currently available to be sent on mission compared to the total you have in the region. The individual missions show how many air wings are currently active and remaining duration. Okay, so I can call them. I cannot move the map, so yeah. Let's call in some more if we can. Okay, they're gone. Survive the final attack. There has to be a way to quick select the ability of the heavy artillery, man. Because you lose precious time while you click shit around here. The attacker has the option to cease fire at any time to end the battle and total the score. The defender can only surrender, which gives up your control points and command trenches to the enemy. Battles can also time out. Whether the timer reaches 0. When the timer reaches 0, you have lost the daylight and the battle ends with the same rules as a ceasefire. Germans request a ceasefire. We are receiving reports the Germans are beginning to pull back and we have held them off. Should we counter or call it a day? Okay.
Johnny, get your gun, get your gun. Take it on
So, what happened here? +2, my 12 national, yeah. I destroyed one of their balloons. They destroyed one of my machine guns. And I have withdrawn with these guys here, I remember, yes. I guess these are my casualties, yeah. Yeah, they lost a lot of men with this attack. Fair enough. Replenishment cost. Boom, 100. Is this it? Defender base score 1000. Central power casualties. Oh, this is what I have inflicted. Okay, and this is what they have inflicted. Okay, fair enough. Because I was a little bit confused. Let's go to the world map. Okay. Okay, interesting. It's an interesting game, that's for sure. I think I'm gonna keep it and have some fun with it. Well, this is gonna be the first episode, guys. It's the tutorial, so I guess it's gotta be a long watch. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. A high casualty count can penalize the nation will result of a battle. All regions that engage in combat will also suffer battle fatigue, which lowers infantry morale in the region until next turn. Yeah, fair enough. Like the player, the AI will move troops around on its turn. Yeah, okay. Without espionage, you will only be able to see the number of units moving, but not what is moving. Army intel espionage missions will reveal the true contents of their army. Like the player, each AI unit can move or attack in the same turn. Yeah, I know. Where is this battle? New turn begins. On the start of a new turn, you will receive an advance of gold reserves and new research points. These amounts can change over time and with research, time under the research. In addition, all of your units' movement and attacks and attack limits are refreshed. Okay. Well, okay, I think I'll end this one here. I'll continue the tutorial in the next episode, and then finally we will start a campaign in this game. I'll stick with it. It looks interesting. It's a little bit tough with this tutorial. It's a long tutorial, but it's very meticulous and yeah, a lot of details, so on and so forth. So, well, in case you enjoyed it, you want to see more, let me know. In case you don't want to see more, I think I'm gonna keep on posting anyway because I find it interesting, and at the end of the day, that's what matters. If I find it interesting, I'll do it, and it's your choice to watch it or not, of course. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Until then, stay safe, stay clean, and always stay strong.